Good morning, fantasy managers and sickos. This is Fourth and Fantasy, and you're listening to The Morning Rush. We're here for week three, a critical week to get your lineup right. We got news and definitive sit and starts to ensure you're ready for kickoff. Let's get to it.
Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't follow no script. I make my own lane. Got a spreadsheet mind and a red rat brain. Dynasty beats got that tape in my veins. While they drafting by names, I'm exposing their game. No cap. We study the craft like film room rats. Gyms in the fourth while they stuck in the past. It's levels to the dynasty keep or flex. From rookies to pros, we demanding respect. That's real. And I ain't never need clout for my clout to show. Just a mic I take and a team I grow. This ain't just picks, it's Principle G. It's Fourth and Fantasy where you build your legacy. We 10 toes down, yeah, we stand.
Hello. It is Sunday, and we're back at it again. It's Football Sunday. How we feeling, Rocco?
Man, we don't follow no script drops, man, I get hyped. Get fucking
You're,
hyped.
you're a
Oh man,
goat.
I should be on the injury list, but I'm playing hurt. Hopefully, I don't go on season ender.
Oh no. He's day to day, day to day, questionable
Day to
if you
day
will,
means week to week.
week to week. But hope everyone's doing well today. A lot to go about, a lot to talk about. Hey, if you're like me, you're already kind of in the weeds of things because week three, I'm already some of my leagues. Some of my quarterbacks are already both of my starting quarterbacks in Superflex are out. If I have Justin Fields or if I have Brock Purdy, if I have a JJ, these guys are doing me not solid right now. Hey, yo, let's have a day. What's up, Dylan? Hope you're doing well, my G. But we're going to be going over, like I said, key matchups today. Injuries. There's a couple of guys that are out today. And then we're going to have, if you have any sit questions, throw them in the chat. We got you. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Actually, before we even get into the week three matchups, remember this episode is brought to you by by Fast Draft. Excuse me, it's early. It's 9:03. We're still working through it, but this episode is brought to you by Fast Draft, the fastest best ball platform out there, where they're trying to put cash money in your pocket by playing or going into drafting, they will, and using our two promo codes, they will double your first deposit up to $50. I repeat, using fourth, they will double your first deposit up to $50. I was actually drafting this week. I meant to play, I did Quick Frenzy, and then I meant to do the other one. I drafted in that one, but for some by the when I was trying to, I don't think we got the spots filled. So yeah, horrible. But nevertheless, we got our first question, and we're going to be going through matchups. But as they come in, we'll try to get to those. He has three. Once again, what's up, Dylan? All full PPR. Start one tight end, one flex, one defense. He has Jawan, Kraft, Ibuka, we're not already throw Ibuka out the equation. I've already sat him on a few of mine, so he's already out. But Judkins for defense, Colts, Commanders, Chargers, Jaguars, and 49ers, start two flex. Pearsall, Swift, Chubb, start one tight end. Rocco, I'm gonna let you take this one, my G, and I'll give my feedback.
um, for me, I'm gonna sit Ibuka. I know just yesterday we heard that he would play with no limitations, but of course today they've changed that tune and he will be limited. We saw him play limited on Monday night. That was a primetime game. And we all saw that he was extremely limited. He couldn't get to that ball at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That would have possibly been the game winner. Would have put him in great positions. He still won the game, but he did not look himself after he got wrapped up. So I'm gonna sit him for this week and take a wait and see approach. Judkins is interesting, but it's still his second NFL game. I'm not sure if I'm ready to go that direction. So it comes down to Jawan and Kraft. Interestingly enough, Jawan to me is not a good real life player, but he is getting the target. So he's a great option. But I'm just going to go with my guy Kraft. I know he was banged up earlier this week. Um, so I'm going to continue to roll with him. He seems like he's okay. Green Bay's notoriously slow to bring back guys off injuries. So if he's playing full go, I feel good about him. So and he's the number one option in that offense so far in the passing game outside of Josh Jacobs in the entire offense. So I'm going to go Kraft. My second guy would be Jawan in that instance.
And then keep it short and sweet on my end. I'm going Juwan. Kratz is a little banged up. Always start your studs. If you I'll say it like this. And at this point, Juwan is kind of a I won't say a stud, but he's a he's a NFL 2025 stud, if you will. So I would probably go Juwan first, Kraft second, toss out Abuka. Judkins, I'm not I don't want any of the Browns running back this week. Defense, I'm going. Uh, hmm, that's a hard one. That is a hard one. Uh, I do like what the Colts are doing on defense. I'm not taking the Jaguars, Chargers because they have Chargers actually has been pretty dominant to start the season and
Uh,
start two flex. I'm going Swift is banged up, so I would probably go Pearsall and Chubb, but we'll have to see on that one. And then Warren to start your one tight end. Go ahead, Rocco.
yeah. It gets confusing, guys. If you can list the matchups, with especially with these defenses, kind of looking to see. But I'll defer to you on that one. And let me see. I will take start two flex, so it's sit one. Um, I'm gonna sit Chubb. I just don't think he's that good anymore. Unfortunately, he's had a great career, but it's just not happening for him. And I think I'm gonna go with you on Warren. Ideally, in a vacuum, I'd probably go Kraft, but both of them look like number one options, and Warren is maybe a little bit more healthy at this point.
And if you're new to the show and new tapping in with us, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Honcho, and this is my guy.
Siriaco, call me Rocco.
And we are the official Dynasty Sickos. That term has been getting stolen, and it didn't come cool until we started saying it. I don't want it.
We've
It
been
will
doing
get
that shit all off season, bro.
all
Don't
off
don't,
season.
don't fucking steal it. I got receipts.
All right, we've been saying sickos this whole time. But yes, if hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're on Twitter, we're on Blue Sky, we're on TikTok, and you can find that all in the description below. But shout out to our boy Mike. He's up in here, fanning, getting his first TD today. Rocco, I think so. What do you think, Rocco?
Man, every day is a good day for a fan of TD. I mean, that guy just creates separation, and he's just so good at the catch point. He is. I mean, that the guy's 2 games in, and he's already a professional receiver, not even tight end. He's a professional at getting open and catching the ball. Um, if y'all get a chance, look at Dynasty Dog Mike stuff. He had a great breakdown
Yup.
on one of the catches by Harold Fannin where he got open and he high pointed the ball, secured the ball, held it to make sure, secured it so he didn't get, poked away or caused the fumble. That guy's just so good at this point, and I mean he's still a rookie, but and from a small conference. So just imagine how good that guy can be. Even a year from now, even late in the season, he's going to be the number one option in that team very soon.
Now let's get to these 1 o'clock games. The first one, Atlanta Falcons versus the winless Carolina Panthers. Hold up. Two guys in one pot is in the house. Other shows hitting sickos is like Mike Gesicki hitting the gritty. You damn right. That's a 104 analogy. That's a wonderful analogy.
I
Don't steal our shit, boy.
think
But
that's my guy Addy, who was just recently on the podcast. Shout out to
yeah,
Addy.
shout out to Addy. You go check out their content too. Wonderful guys. Him and Chev, great guys in the fantasy community. But the Falcons and Panthers, and I'm looking at the injury list right now. AJ Terrell is out, which means, if you don't know who AJ Terrell is, he plays outside corner. Who plays on the outside for the Panthers? T Mac. I think T Mac is going to have a solid day. He had 100 yards last week. If you have him, feel solid with starting T Mac today. Other guys on the Panthers I'm looking at is very slim, so I'm going Chuba. I really like Chuba here. If we're looking at Bryce Young, hopefully he can continue his solid performance from last week. Week one didn't look sexy. Week two, he brought himself back. Let's see, week three, he can keep himself on a good path right there. And then for their tight ends, I do like Jatavian Sanders here at this point. When you have these guys that are missing in the lineup, AJ Terrell is really big. Like missing him for that Falcons defense, they have to pivot around, right? So for me, those are the guys I'm looking at for the Panthers, and then the Falcons. How must I say the Panthers are winless? So Bijan, throw that boy in there. Always start Bijan. I think he's gonna kill this week. Drake London, if he don't show out, JC Horn, he is playing, and he was a full participant in practice. And then also Trevion Mooring for the Panthers, their safety. He was a full participant. But I hopefully think getting Darnell Mooney back does does help out Drake London. He kind of disappointed fantasy managers last week, including myself, where he's getting the targets, and I just or actually, he didn't really get targets until towards the end of the game, which was pissing me off. I'm looking on the score sheet. I'm looking at quarter one, quarter two. I'm only seeing like 1, 2 catches from goddamn Drake London. I'm about to crash out because all offseason I was telling people, hey, yo, Drake London's he's going to lead the league in targets. Rocco was very adamant on that too, that Drake London could lead the league in targets. I just feel like they needed to pick it together. So when you're looking at that Falcons Panthers game, Rocco, how do you feel about those guys in that game?
Um,
Like Penix, even forgot to mention Michael Penix. So
I'm gonna start all of my Falcons. In a pinch, I might even start Darnell Mooney. And I do like Jatavian Sanders. As far as the Panthers, it's a little scary
yeah,
because the Falcons defense looks much improved. It looks like all of their rookies are starting to show out early in the season. Um, they they had JJ McCarthy in a blender
yeah,
for that whole game. You know, he once again, held off us JJ McCarthy enthusiasts and made us feel bad about ourselves. And he went and he subsequently got hurt with his high ankle sprain. I don't know when that happened. Um, but I mean, their defense has been great, and for a team that's been struggling on offense, it worries me a little bit. So I think I'm starting Tetaroa comfortably.
yeah.
Some of those other guys,
Mm-mm,
I don't
mm-mm.
know. If I have better options, I may pivot. And we do have some questions in the chat. I
Yeah.
don't want to get too far off of our guys here in the chat here.
Yeah, we'll get to in between each game that we break down. We'll throw these comments up. So from Jonathan Santiago, thank you for joining us this morning. Hope your day is going absolutely great. What's up, guys? Pick one between Higgins or JMO PPR. Also need one between Pickens, Wandell, or Sutton. I'm going Pickens for that one for the last one where you said Pickens, Wandell, or Sutton. Pickens, and then Higgins or JMO. J-Mo only needs one catch, honestly. I think he had 2 catches for like 80,
Mhm.
90, 100 yards, 100 yards like that. He only needs one. So I will probably go J-Mo over Higgins just because they were starting Justin Watson over Higgins, or he was getting more targets more than Higgins, which was pissing me off. So those would be my choices. What about you, Rocco?
I think I'm going to go Higgins. Funny enough, I just worry about the targets for JMO. I mean, yeah, one catch can make his whole day, but four targets, it's not too sexy.
And then
Um,
if then the Texans are getting Christian Kirk back, which could help Higgins when
I
it
think
comes
they're
to.
talking about T Higgins.
Hey man, y'all need to y'all got to be specified. All these players with the
I
same
mean,
last
like, no, it's not a. I mean, it wouldn't be a question if it was
name.
if it was Jaden Higgins, because I mean, the dude's not even playing over, like, I don't know, Xavier Hutchinson and some other garbage pail guys that probably are barely in the league, that should be, stocking shelves at Walmart,
Can
and,
my,
and
my
not in
answer?
a Kurt Warner type of way where they, come back and be a Hall of Fame, have a Hall of Fame career. No, legit, they should be working at Walmart, for the rest of their careers.
Then I'm with Then I changed my answer. If it's T Higgins, I'm going T Higgins, like Rocco
Yeah,
said. For sure.
yeah, I'm a little worried about T Higgins and his quarterback situation, but I feel like I'm more comfortable about him getting targets than JMO on a week to week basis. JMO is a quintessential better in best ball, because that breakout that we thought was going to happen, has maybe been stunted by losing their offensive coordinator. So that offense is, I mean, it played good last week, but it kind of the offense kind of struggled the first week. And JMO's situation hasn't changed. He's not a high volume target guy. He's a long touchdown or bust, basically. So give me a guy that's going to get targets in that situation. As far as the second one, yeah, I'm a Pickens guy.
And then welcome, Shark Man. I feel like that's my first time seeing your name in here. So thank you for tuning in to Fourth and Fantasy and the Morning Rush. He asked Mike Evans versus the Jets. Hey, at this point, who do the Bucks have to throw to that's not hurt? They Chris Godwin on the sideline, McMillan on the sideline,
Mm-hmm.
Amika banged up. So Mike Evans is going to have to show up and be the wide receiver one he's been for the Bucks for his whole career. They do have they are I believe they're getting Cade Otton back, or they have gotten Cade Otton back, but it's fucking Cade Otton. You
Nice.
feel me? Like, so yes, Mike Evans, that he's going to get the targets. He's going to be a very pinpoint of that offense, in my opinion. He also asked, I have Golden, QJ, Travis Hunter, and Robinson.
I think that's his pivots off of Evans.
I've
So
Evans, and I'm going Evans over all those guys. Travis Hunter, we still haven't seen the Jaguars use him like he was where he was picked for some odd reason. And you traded for what you traded for him, and you not using him. GM, we damn near look the same age, my G. What the fuck going on? You need to talk to your coach and tell him to start throwing that boy the ball. Start going deep with Travis Hunter. They're over here throwing these short A dot. Come on, bro. You saw Travis Hunter stretch the field, go in the middle of the field. He can run all the routes. What are we doing? And then Matthew Golden, I've always been a fan. It's just about Love actually being able to hit him accurately. If if you go, and there's been plenty of talks, and I said this and I tweeted this on our Fourth and Fantasy Twitter page. If anybody tells you that Matthew Golden has been struggling in the NFL, they don't know what the hell they're looking at. It's just that they just haven't connected. But he's been routing corners up, so it's not on Matthew Golden. But out of all those guys, I'm probably still going. I'm probably still going Mike Evans. I do know. Our shout out to our boy Jared in the Discord and also in our Twitter group that he loves QJ. He's actually been the chairman of the QJ fan club. So he probably will have something to say about this. But I like Mike Evans. What did you say about that, Rocco?
Yeah, I'm probably going Mike Evans still. He's the guy that's probably going to get the most targets. And even though Sauce is scary, I have it pulled up here. The Jets as a whole haven't been a lockdown pass defense so far. So I think they'll have to move Mike Evans around just a little bit and try to get him off of that shadow coverage of Sauce. and I mean they don't have anybody else, so he's. I mean they're gonna have to hyper target him. So I mean between the guys you have up there, it's probably him or as disgusting as it sounds, Wandale. But Wandale's playing the Chiefs, and I think the Chiefs are going to bounce back today in a major way, and put Russ where he belongs, right there on the bench.
Wando is a PPR short king though, so he gets the targets. He had like 130 plus last year, so it's there. Shout out
Yeah,
to our
yeah, but when you're talking about Evans or
yeah, yeah,
Wandale,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm taking Evans, yeah, for sure, 100%. And then CKAC Sports. Shout out to you. That's another new one. Thank you for joining Fourth and Fantasy. Good morning to you, brother. Would
like,
you
share, and
start
subscribe.
like, share, and subscribe? Would you start Ferguson or Kraft half PPR? I feel like Kraft isn't going to be 100%, and Dallas plays against the Bears, which is a pretty good matchup. I'm here to say, and so y'all know what the fuck it is. Hold up, man. Y'all know what it is. Go ahead and start Ferguson. Go ahead. I told you to start Ferguson last week, and you reaped the reward of it. I'm telling you again this week
Do it.
to go start Jake Ferguson. I still like Kraft, but go start Jake Ferguson. He has
Don't
a
do
good
it.
matchup. For me, it's he has a smash start matchup for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Start Kraft. Start your studs.
then
Got the third option on the Cowboys.
we got our boy Crispy. He says Walmart rhymes with D Mart. Don't do my D like that. Yeah,
Man, my guy, either he has like the worst attitude. He's got some criminal behavior. He's got some Aaron Hernandez in his
I don't
background.
know.
Uh, you know, he's talking shit to the coaches, even though he's a seventh round pick.
It's
Or
crazy.
Seattle is really dumb because they've cut that guy three
Three
times,
times.
and the NFL is not picking up on this either. Come on, Saints, y'all know what to do. We need a thumper. Go get his ass and let him thump for us. Chicago Bears, you know what to do. Dallas Cowboys, you could use a backup.
We're
Miles
good.
Sanders ain't looking too pretty.
We're good. But we probably call up my Phil Mafo then. Jordan Crispy, shout out to you again. Jordan Mason versus Cincinnati or Bill Krosky versus the Raiders. I'll let you take this one first, Rocco.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. I kind of like both, and I have both starting in places. So this is not to downplay either one. But I think I'm gonna go with Jordan Mason. I mean, he's in a really good offense. Cincinnati's been good against the run to start the season, but I'm not sure if that can hold for the whole season. And he's just a really good running back, and we kind of know what we're getting with Jordan Mason. Where as Bill Krosky is a little bit of a more of an unknown. We haven't seen him consistently produce yet,
Yeah,
as opposed to Jordan Mason, who's basically produced everywhere he's been for the last 2 years. So give me Jordan Mason. I feel like he's a little bit safer of the pick,
100%.
and I don't think Krosky's upside is greater than Mason. So give me Mason in that situation.
And the coach said that they believe that Jordan Mason can be a bell cow. Ding, 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 ding,
Yes.
ding, ding, ding. That's all you need to hear. All right. And he's already projected to give. Sleeper loves Jordan Mason because he went from like 8 points to fucking 16. So I would go Jordan Mason here. Krosky is not a bad option either, but against Jordan Mason and the Raiders, I have to see more from Krosky. This is his first week of being the RB1 for the Commanders, so let's see how they use him in usage. But go Jordan Mason there. We have from Joe Budafoco. I like that's a unique name, my G.
Joey B.
PPR. We got BTJ or JK. I'm guessing JK Dobbins. Man, let me. If I'm that might be a hard one for me. But we say start your studs. That's damn near our motto, and it's kind of sad that we are at a point where we have to ask: do we start Brian Thomas Jr. or J.K. Dobbins? What world? That's that's how you. That should tell you everything you need to go. I would probably go. Let's go, Brian Thomas Jr. Let's give him another week, right? J.K. Dobbins is he has been performing, but I feel like every time, like you're gonna sit BTJ, and then he's gonna fuck around and give you 25 points, and you're gonna feel safe. That's just I feel like that's how it works out. So I go BTJ there. What about you, Rocco?
Um, that's actually a really good one. Um,
Against the Texans, at the Houston Texans defense.
that's what's the matchups again? I'm sorry. I'm
Yep.
just
So
pulling this
we
up here.
have, yeah, BTJ is going against the Houston Texans defense. And then we have, looking, Commanders. They have the Raiders.
The Commanders. I thought it was J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My fault. Once again, it's early. They have the Chargers. Denver Broncos have the Chargers.
Um, I I mean, the Chargers look good last week, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with J.K. Dobbins until I see how this kind of situation bears out in it with the Jaguars. I'm a little nervous about it. We've got reports of the wrist injury from BTJ. We've seen the tape of him avoiding contact, and that's just not a good situation. Trevor Lawrence, he just kind of sucks. I mean, he's just not playing well at all. He hasn't played
Yep.
well for like 2 or 3 years now. So I'm going to go with J.K. Dobbins until Harvey shows us that he can take over. He's basically the bell cow for that team. So I feel good about his touch volume, his ability to get a touchdown today. So give me J.K. in that situation.
Did you see Trevor Lawrence brush off the coach during the game? Like shooing him off when Liam Cohen was like, hit him in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, when he's not brushing off his hair, I guess he's brushing off the coach.
Yeah, we gotta do better, Trevor. And it's getting hard to defend you, G. I've been defending you since you've been in the league. I've been telling people that he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be decent. You haven't gotten better. And Clemson, where you came from, looked like Basura yesterday. So I see y'all trying to stay connected. We have Damian Dillard. Welcome. Good morning. Brees Hall or Cortland Sutton at flex. Brees Hall, brother. Brees Hall. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's easy. Easy.
Easy. Brees Hall. Yeah. He is the running back. He is the receiver for that offense. And I think with Tyrod Taylor, even though he still likes to run too, I think that they use Brees Hall more where when it comes to like goal line situations and then getting him out of the backfield and running routes. We have some couple more and shoot. If this ends up being we have a whole lot of we just ends up being a starting six when we just run through these because you feel me?
Hey, y'all control the show. Y'all
Yeah,
keep us going on the starts and sits. We going with the starts and sits.
we here for y'all. So appreciate everybody that's tuning in. We have Mike. He's saying hoping to see Jalen Rose tonight. He is playing.
Fuck
He is
yeah,
playing. It's his first
man.
game back. Yes.
Man, do we see an explosive Mahomes game now that he's got a non Mickey Mouse receiver out there with Royals hopefully and Worthy right around the corner?
We got Sharkman. Thank you guys. Gonna have to go. Evans Golden could have a breakout game on my bench. He could. He could. And I've been saying he's Golden is literally I said when the Packers went against the Commanders, I said that day or that night, tonight is Matthew Golden's breakout game. And he ended up cooking every single Commanders DB. Jordan Love just couldn't hit him, right? So we got Mando. That's a new name. Appreciate you for joining us. If Ibuka plays, start one at flex, Pickens or Quentin Johnson. Pickens. Pickens. Yeah.
Pickens.
I think Pickens is going to have a nice day. He's starting to come around. He's running more routes. He was sliding people up. And once again, you see how I'm rocking.
I
Pickens.
don't care. I don't care how good Quentin Johnson plays. I'm still going Pickens.
1, 2, 3, 4. Pickens. Um, we got D Cannon. Thank you. Good morning, G. Need a quarterback.
Cannon.
Cannon. Need a quarterback. Should I pick up T. Law, Wilson, Browning, or Ward for the rest of the season? Well,
Not T Law.
Browning has Browning. Well, Burrow is going to be out for the next 3 months, so at least you know Browning's going to. You have a quarterback to start there, right? Or Ward. Okay, we like Ward. I don't. When it comes to the Tennessee Titans, and shout out to our boy Chev, who is a Tennessee Titans fan who absolutely loves Ward. Ward transcends everybody on that offense. He makes it better. Right now, it's a little limited. I like Tony Pollard. The receivers need to cook up a little bit more. Tyler
Mhm.
Lockett is fucking cooked. He is washed. If you have him in your flex, get him out. All right. Calvin Ridley, you're not that guy. You're not that guy, but all right. You're he like vanishes and disappears where you need him. And you were talking all offseason like you're happy to have Cam Ward. You're a wide receiver one. You're a top guy in this league. Then go out there and show it, my G.
They just need Restrepo to get out there.
I'm telling you, get over Streppo out. Throw his ass out there, man.
Oh, it was a joke.
Yeah, yeah. Throw his ass out there, man. We're not doing good.
Hey,
But
as far as that question, T Law has sucked for a long time. Wilson will be benched probably after this week after they get blown out by the Chiefs. Ward, he's a rookie
he's going to
with
cost you the most, though.
questionable weapons on offense. He's better in dynasty, But if we're talking about redraft, which this has to be single quarterback redraft based on the question, I would go with Browning. He's attached to the most elite weapons out of all of these guys,
Yeah.
and he's played well in the past. So, as weird as it sounds to pick a backup over all of those guys, some of those guys may be back up soon, except for Ward.
Caesar, good morning. Jawan Johnson or Jake Ferguson? Why you gotta put me in this position?
Juan, Jawan.
At this, and you're asking a Saints fan and a Cowboys fan and the same. No,
Follow the targets.
I will say exactly what Rocco said. Jawan Johnson has, and seems like Spencer Rattler. Once again, I'm taking my victory lap. Even though he's looked better, he's looked good, he looked solid. He's not the reason why the Saints are losing. He absolutely loves Jawan Johnson. So if it's PPR, like you said, PPR, I'm taking Jawan Johnson because he could see hella targets. He's already seen hella targets. Jake Ferguson is going to have a cool day too, but I think with him, it's TD dependent, right? So you're hoping he catches a touchdown with some catches, where I think Jawan Johnson at least gives you about 5, 6, 8 targets in the game from Spencer Rattler.
Jawan.
Jawan Johnson.
I don't even like Jawan Johnson, but I'm saying Jawan Johnson.
I wrote some questions. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll get to your continue. Gerard, full PPR. Which one to flex? Ridley, Hampton, Quentin Johnston, or
Gotta be.
Diggs? I'm not doing Diggs yet. I still need to see him come out. Amarion Hampton has been, I won't say he's been a letdown. I don't think his usage has been where it needs to. It just seems like they're spreading the ball around, which is kind of weird. And then also Najee Harris has been back in the lineup, and he's been also getting snaps too. If you need somebody to flex full PPR, I probably, in a nutshell, out of those three, probably go Calvin Ridley. But how about you, Rocco?
Um, man, for me, it's between. Um, as weird as it sounds, I'm probably sitting Hampton at this point. They play a really good Broncos defense, and he hasn't been he's been so underwhelming so far. He's he's more of a guy that I would feel comfortable maybe in the second half starting with confidence, but I'm gonna park him on the bench until I see it because I've been let down the first 2 weeks. Um, as weird as it sounds, it's gonna be either Ridley or Quentin Johnston at this point. And Ridley, he plays the.
Ridley
I'm just trying to see the matchups here.
played the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh yeah. Give me Ridley. He bounces back in a big way. The Colts have been great on offense, surprisingly, but their defense is still as atrocious as ever. And I'm gonna go. This is gonna be a strictly um, matchup dependent type of
Yep.
take. I think Cam Ward finally gets, has a decent game against one of the, you know, worst defenses in the league. So I'm gonna go with Diggs, but don't be surprised if Johnston has a day again because him being like the third option, gives him really good coverage in the secondary. So he may be the guy that avoids that Patrick Surtain type of coverage.
And from our boy Katimi, good morning. Two between Juwan Johnson and Joku and Hawkinson, Josh Downs or Trevion and PPR, no bonuses. One out between Tuden, Pacheco, Mooney, Hunter Henry, and a guillotine PPR, Alave or Abuka. So I'm
Man,
actually
for his
gonna
life.
I'm gonna right. I'm gonna go in reverse order. So for your guillotine league, since I'm also in a chop, and how that's how Sleeper has categorized it now, guillotine or chop league. I'm going Olave because Amika, as news report came out today, he will be limited on how he feels throughout the game.
Hmm.
And if he takes, it really only takes one wrong step, one wrong hit for him to be out the rest of the game. Now you're really fucked, right? So I'm going Olave because he is the healthy one, and he's been consistent. Honestly, he's been him. I would say Juwan Johnson has been the guys that Spencer Rattler has been going to. The other ones, so it was one out, no bonuses, one out between two, and I'm going throw out Pacheco. I'm sorry, I'm never a fan of Pacheco. I don't feel good about
Backwood.
Atwood. Okay, throw that boy in and smoke his ass. Okay, and then we got Mooney. It's his first game back, which makes me feel better about Drake London because he will take some attention off. But I feel like he gotta get his rhythm back in there. So one out between them, I'm throwing Hunter Henry is actually very underrated. People don't really look into that, but he's also a TD dependent type tight end. But you say one got to go, I'd probably say Mooney, just because Pacheco, he's going to get the snaps, right? I don't see Kareem Hunt threatening him. They haven't used Brashard Smith and the way that we would want them to. So I would probably toss out Mooney this week just because of this is he's just getting his feet back under him. Some other guys in there, he says Josh Downs or Travion and PPR, probably Travion. I'm still waiting for Josh Downs to do his boogie. And then two between Jawan and Njoku. Jawan and Njoku for me. Hawkinson's washed.
All right, I'm gonna just go through this quickly. No explanations. You summed it up pretty well. Olave, uh, Mooney, Trevion, and take out and Joku.
We got some more in here. Oh, he also asked Gino versus Mac and Gino versus Mariota. One between. I'm probably going. Hmm, I don't know about that one. One between Godard and Obuka. Anything Obuka, I'm not doing this week. I've actually taken for the viewers watching. I've taken Amika out in several of my starting lineups. My reasoning, like I said, he can. It only takes one misstep for him to tweak it, and he's out for the rest of the game. I don't want to play those games. And you said Ertz, which you have him in a 1.5 tight end premium. Ertz. Ertz, throw him in now. Feel good about it. Ertz has been a top 10 tight end to start the season. Feel nice and groovy and sexy about it. How about you, Rocco?
All right, so I'm gonna go. Oh, the Gino and Mac is hard because Gino played so bad last week. He's playing the Commandos, which is not too scary. But Mac Jones is playing the Cardinals, which is also not a terror. I think I'm gonna go Mac Jones. I think Geno's still a work in progress with that new offense. And versus Mariota, not Mariota. Um, so I go Geno over Mariota. And Goddard just came back from injury, so I think I'm gonna go Ertz here. He's been solid the first two games, and give me Keenan. Keenan has been not washed, and he can get open. He can route people up, and Golden has a floor of 0. So until we kind of see Golden do it, I'm trying to hold off starting him unless I absolutely have to.
All right, Mike Duke, welcome. I believe this is your first time tuning into the show.
Like, share, and
Welcome.
subscribe, and
Like, share,
welcome.
subscribe. Welcome to Fourth and Fantasy. And if you're a Dynasty sicko, welcome to you. A fantasy sicko, if even. Start 3 in the standard league. Ew, brother. Why are you playing standard? Amika, Buka, G. Wilson, Tech. Come on. He don't like being called Tech, guys. We got to go T Mac. We really got to say Tetaroa,
Tataroa.
Tetaroa McMillan, or T Mac,
Tataroa.
or Keenan Allen. I'm going.
Wilson McMillan, lad. Easy.
That's literally he took it right out. Yup.
Start your studs.
Wilson McMillan. McMillan's going to have a nice day because AJ Terrell isn't. He isn't playing. Lad McConkey. He gave us a little bit of scare during the week where he came up with a bicep injury. Wide receivers having bicep injuries is a very rare thing. So that kind of threw us, and they were being very hush hush about it. So I'll probably go with those guys, Wilson, McMillan, and Lad there. We also have Juan Pina Jr. Pina. Welcome, my G. Who for my wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 and flat? Damn, brother, you need your whole lineup. So your wide receivers are Quentin Johnson, Debo, Adams right there. That's going to be one. Franklin, Booty, Booty,
Booty.
or Booty, or Hollywood Brown. So easy.
I ain't reading all that. Thanks for. I'm happy that happened. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry. We got Adams, Samuel, and I would go Franklin for my guys. Franklin has been coming on nice. Franklin and Bo Nix have been clicking as of late for the season. I feel like those are your really good starts there. And then your running backs, you have Trevion Henderson. Charbonnet's not playing. Chubb or Taylor, Taylor or Josh Jacobs are my starters. So keep obviously you're gonna start Jonathan Taylor. Josh Jacobs gonna be your starters, and then for running back, I probably would go Travion Henderson here, but he did have 3 holding calls last week, so that's something to keep on. That's why Ramondre Stevenson was actually getting plenty of passing game reps because of Travion Henderson kept holding. Tight end, Juwan Jennings or Kittle. Well, Kittle's on IR, so yeah, Juwan Johnson. Oh, so you need your flex. So you need one of those guys for flex. It's okay. So once again, your wide receiver 1, Adams, Samuel, Franklin for your 3 wide receivers. For that flex, I'm probably going Juwan Johnson because I feel he gets the targets. What about you, Rocco?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Adams. I'm gonna go with. Well, I'm confused here. It's a lot of information here.
So basically,
Reading is fundamental.
pick 3 wide receivers and then pick a flex out of the rest of the guys.
Pick 3 wide receivers out of all those guys listed.
Mm-hmm.
Adams, Debo, Booty.
Booty's always an answer.
Running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs. Those are easy. Give me Trevion Henderson if that's the question. Is that a statement or a question? Juwan Johnson. Juwan.
So for the flex spot, you have either Trevion Henderson, Juwan Johnson, or Nick Chubb. Or the rest of the guys. Juwan Johnson, follow the targets.
Moving along.
We got our boy Ben in the house. Ayo. Hey.
What up? What up? What up, Ben?
What up, G?
Just keep trying to keep up here.
Crispy says he's starting Royals because he has no better options. I'm right there. That's all, folks. I'm right there with you, my G. I haven't
Let's
started
go.
Royals in a couple of places my damn self. Caesar Ibuka is on snap count.
Yes.
Should I start?
Answer's yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Do
Yes.
it. Do it. Do it.
Dynasty is my life. So that means you're a
Like, share, and
sicko.
subscribe.
You are a sicko. And we like sickos around here.
Not the
So,
fantasy life. We're the sickos. I
yeah.
don't care how big your platform is.
Sup, Booty, Diggs, or Franklin have PPR, then Gino or Darnold. Well, it's either for me, Franklin, or Booty. And if you like
Booty.
Booty, then I would go Booty. If we're not talking football, then I'm definitely talking about some Booty. You feel me? And then we got, but if in all seriousness though, we're going Trey Franklin.
Booty.
I'm going Trey Franklin because I think I like the chemistry there. I
Give
think
me that booty.
that Booty. That's where Rocco going with.
Gino, not the hammer.
Yeah. Oh yes. And then Gino. We have Trev. Thank you for joining us. Deep League Superflex with Jaden Daniels out. Mariota or Bryce Young. I know it's not pretty. At least you know it, my guy. I probably lean towards Bryce Young because every time Mariota has gone in there, I just feel like he just doesn't do it what I need him to do. So I'll
Man,
probably go Bryce Young.
man, just imagine Max Crosby's going to be in that window looking like a sicko, seeing Mariota out there chasing him around. Oh, man, that's going to be bad for Mariota.
It's not, man.
Thoughts and prayers for you, my guy.
Thoughts and prayers. I'm leaning toward. Yeah, I'll go Bryce Young there, and you just have
It's
to
not
cross
pretty.
your fingers. It's not pretty, but at least you
Not
know
pretty.
it's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
Throw a bag over that bitch. You feel me? So, thanks for the info. Shout out to you, Mando. Better defense to start: Broncos or Seahawks? Seahawks running defenses have been actually great. I'm probably still leaning towards Broncos just because of they've been. I like Nick Benito. I like Patrick Surtain. The rest of their defense has been swarming. I probably lean towards Broncos, but neither one is a bad
The,
option.
the correct answer is the Seahawks. This may be the game where
Oh, hold
my
on. We're going
Saints
to
get
the Saints.
exposed.
Yeah.
It's on the road. Cesar Ruiz. Shout out to my guys with the Saints block block party podcast. They've had some film breaking down just how bad Cesar Ruiz is, and it's gonna be a sieve. And that's the worst part of our offensive line, and it's right there in the middle. And so I think. Sorry, Rattler. This is not going to be pretty for you, my guy.
Joe Egan, thank you for joining us. Good morning to you. I went zero running back. I mean, hey, bro, I'm hero wide receiver to all the way. So I feel you. I'm already starting neighbors tonight. Start to Adunze, London, JSN. I want to start JSN as well, but he's questionable. He's going to play, but I would go. I like Drake London because he's going against the Carolina Panthers. Hopefully, they turn it around. But Adunze, why do I say Adunze? Because he's going against my Dallas Cowboys. And we already are down Deron Bland. Trey Diggs might not play. He came up late in the week with a knee injury. Fuck. Nevertheless, I think, and Rome Odunze has been on a tear for like the last 2 weeks. I feel like him and Caleb has grown as a chemistry has gone. So I would probably go Odunze there.
Oh man, you got some good options, man. Close
But,
your eyes and take one out.
but
It's hard to go wrong with any of those guys. London has started the slowest out of these guys, so he may be one that you want to sit out one more week. We don't know if he's 100% healthy with that collarbone, but the matchup is so juicy that you really want to play him. So, I mean, you did well, man. Maybe trade one of those guys for a running back if you got zero RB.
and we have our boy Max in the house.
Get in
Who
here.
the other part of Fourth and Fantasy, who is behind the scenes, everything when it comes to our Discord. That's our boy Max. Shout out to him and him. A good morning to you.
What up?
Trev says Tucker Craft or Fannin Jr. I'm going Harold Fannin motherfucking Jr. My joy. But Tucker Craft, I feel like even start your studs, and I feel like even if he is banged up, I saw a lot of people pick up Luke Musgrave throughout the week. I'm probably leaning towards Harold Fannin Jr. just because they line him up in different positions. He just doesn't only play tight end. They'll line him up in the slot. They'll line him up in the backfield and try to give him the ball in many different ways. So I like
The,
Harold
inter-
Fannin Jr.
the interesting part about that matchup is they're actually playing each other. Green Bay against Cleveland. So uh, both great defenses. I think I'm going to still go with Kraft. But I mean, if you can find a way to get both in, if it's a tight end premium, if it's a 2 point tight end premium, you may want to sit somebody else
Yeah,
because those are great options. But at this point, the fact that Tucker Kraft's a full go, monitor that up to game time and make sure he's a full go. Read into the reports, see what they're saying about him.
yeah.
But it's my understanding that he's a full go. So I'm going Tucker Kraft, number one option in that offense.
And
Fannin will be soon, but maybe not this week.
anyway, Harold Fannin Jr. going against the Packers. The reason why I'm not going heavy, I said this in our Discord, I'm not heavy. I don't like the wide receivers, brown wide receivers against the Packers because they've been scrapping shit. Even Sun God had issues against them, right? What who has had some success against that Packers defense happens to be the tight ends. So that is someone who I'm looking at. Our boy Mike, how we feeling about Hawkinson going forward? Throw that boy in a fucking backwood, Mike. Go get yourself a nice little backwood, lick that motherfucker, toss them in the blunt, and light that shit up. Because Hawkinson is absolutely a wrap. I think
Is
what's
he is he washed like Debo?
I don't think he's Debo's not washed. So
That's what I was
Debo,
saying. I don't think he's washed. I think he just had a good first two games. He'll come around. He'll come around.
yeah, I'm all
I,
the
I'm
way
not.
out.
I'm not giving up on my Hawkinson just yet. He's 30 years old. He's not washed. He's in his prime.
Cat in the Hat says Tucker Craft was dealing with some injuries. And then we have, yep, he is dealing with. But if you have no other options, always start your studs. We have some other guys, two guys in one. Addy, MSJ,
Addy.
Marvin Harrison Jr. or JK in half point. I've actually just benched. I threw Marvin Harrison Jr. on my bench, and maybe that might come back to bite me. Maybe not,
the
but
the vibes are bad there.
yeah,
The coach was at Kyler Murray and the coach were asked about getting Marvin Harrison Jr. targets, and they're like, yeah, I mean, sometimes he'll get 10, sometimes he'll get 2. I mean, it just depends on how the game plan's going. And then they asked the coach about Trey McBride, and they're like, yeah, we need to get him the. You gotta get him
nobody
fucking
wants to hear that
targets. That
shit.
dude's fucking awesome. Like he's like the best player I ever seen in my life. Let's get him some fucking targets. But so yeah, the vibes are bad there. Trey McBride's the number one, and Marvin Harrison Jr. As I said early in the offseason, he's set to disappoint
Go
again.
JK. I'm going JK this week for sure. Keenan Allen or DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is dealing with a hammy, so we got to see how he goes about that.
They
But
say he's playing. I think it's a quad though. They say quad. I heard
I'm not sure.
quad.
Or hammy quad is still on your thigh. His thigh's fucked up, y'all. So I would probably say Keenan Allen. I do like go once again go dogs. I like DeAndre Swift a lot, but our Cowboys run defense has been improved. Our passing defense not so great, but our run defense we're smacking stuff. So I probably lean towards Keenan Allen there. Our boy Max says Herbert or May. That is crazy for you to ask, Max. So I thought you was the May truther, but that's
It's
good to
not
see.
gonna be May.
It's
It's
not
gonna be
gonna
Herbert.
be May. Well, Herbert is going against the Broncos, and May has the Steelers. So Steelers have a really good defense. Bro, well,
Herbert, he's the MVP. Herbert's the MVP so far. Roll with him until he until he gives you reason not to start him. I mean, he sliced up the Kansas City defense, so I have no qualms about him doing the same to Denver. As good as their defense is, and not taking anything away from them, but I mean, the guy's playing at MVP level. He's finally got three receivers that he likes, and um, uh, contrary to popular the belief, this is a pass first team, not a run first team.
We got. It's surprising if Wentz wasn't an upgrade for the first 2 weeks. I told. Hold on. I didn't. I said this shit. I was like, watch Wentz go out there and just ball out. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. And I've got him for the $0 in some weeks.
Hey, their coach has done a lot with retread QBs like the Dick Hammer, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins. Maybe he just needs that veteran right now, and let JJ kind of sit and learn a little bit more. So yeah, I could see Wentz running that offense well.
Jay, too nice. Good morning to you. Like, share, and subscribe to all the
You
new
know what to
viewers.
do.
I'm Hancho,
But
and he's
Sirocco, Camirocco.
Start Sutton. Other options are Marvin Harrison Jr., Hollywood Brown, Cooper Cup, and Tillman. I'm starting Cooper Cup right now. I don't feel good about it at all, but I don't have any other options, so I have to start him. Marvin Harrison Jr., I benched him this week, and where I do have him, Cedric Tillman, I don't like the Browns wide receivers this week. I'm going start Sutton here.
I think it starts Sutton. I like Sutton in this matchup.
Big Ben, Hollywood, or Quentin Johnson? Well, Jared would probably say Quentin Johnson. I would probably lean towards Quentin Johnson. I hate to say that. I almost threw up just saying it. You will? Quentin Johnson.
Both of these options are puke worthy. If we'd have said this at the start of the season, we'd have told you we're crazy. You could have picked these guys up off of waivers in a lot of leagues. I think I'm going Hollywood for one more week until Worthy comes back, and then he'll go back to being a zero. Um, Quentin Johnson is also an interesting play. But I think Hollywood is lined up for more targets this week.
Apple season. Well, you must be in the Big Apple. Penix or Wilson? Probably Penix.
Easy,
Penix all the way.
easy,
Okay, it's one
easy.
thing go. If yes, I am a Cowboys fan, but I'm also from Georgia, and I root for the Atlanta Falcons as well. Michael Penix Jr. here. I hope they get more to the increase his passing. I know he's still a young quarterback, so you don't want to throw too much on his plate. And they have one of the better running backs in the game, so you want to keep it fairly balanced. But I for sure are going Michael Penix here. Russell
Wilson
Wilson,
ain't gonna do shit against the Chiefs.
yeah,
I'm a stiff Penix believer.
but Dallas Cowboys had him looking like he was prime Peyton Manning. Or it's not. Don't think that's going to be every week. Full PPR. He got Bill Krosky or James Conner. I'm going. Well, James Conner. He is going against the. I just thought he's going against the 49ers, and then Bill Krosky. They have the Raiders. I probably. Jim Connor's a workhorse, so I always love him. He is somebody when you always need a RB2, a solid RB2 who can give you some solid wide receiver or not solid wide receiver RB1 type weeks. He's my guy that pops into my head. I lean towards James Conner here. Hold on, actually, yeah, I lean towards James Conner here. How about you, Rocco?
James Conner, he's he's got more of the pass game acumen than Bill does at this point. They specifically did not want to give Bill Krosky any touches in the passing game. Maybe that changes now that Eckler's out, but I would just assume that those pass game reps go to like a Jeremy McNichols now. Connor can catch passes, so give me the pass catching type guy.
And as I should have said this when we brought up his first comment, this is our guy, Ben. If you don't know Ben, he also is a fantasy football content creator that with who also
Dynasty
co-hosts
Gambit.
Dynasty Gambit. Y'all need to tune into their content. Wonderful guy, and also he's a physical therapist, so he knows a lot about injuries. We go. He's our basically our go-to guy. When a guy gets hurt, we be like, "Yo, Ben, we need the info. What's going on, big dog?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's always
If you're in our Discord, jump into his Discord. He has a great channel called Injury Mythbusters, where he'll answer any questions you may have about injuries and go into a deep dive on it. And it's very helpful. He's a very knowledgeable guy.
no.
So definitely, if you fuck with us, fuck with Ben as
Yeah,
well.
Ben's good people, and also his co-host Austin over there. There are some amazing guys. We have Cat in the Hat. Don't trust Carolina playing the Falcons. Well, yeah, a lot of the guys you shouldn't trust.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed, my G. Either Chuba or you're going T Mac. That's literally a Bryce Young. That's keeping on those. That's three guys. That's literally it. Rico Dotto, he was limited throughout the week, so that's even more emphasis on Chuba to have to get some workload here. Addy this morning, but glad getting that LBK cred. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And glad to always have you. We have some more. We got Mr. John. And sorry if I say your last name wrong.
Johnny
Arbuzo.
A.
Johnny
What's
Arbuzo.
up, Johnny A?
Is that Italian?
Hey,
I feel like that's Italian. Spicy meatball. So
Johnny A.
Sup, fellas? Good morning to you, my brother. Team is Kyler, Bucky, James Conner, CD, damn, Tyreek, Laporta, Chuba with Debo. Ricky, Tutton, and Ertz are on the bench. Wouldn't trade Chuba or BTJ. Oh, would you? I feel like on the bench. Would you trade Chuba for BTJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dynasty, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get some. Yeah. If I mean, I don't. If I'm the BTJ owner, I would I would have to, I probably want a second back or something like that, or throw a little bit more extra. But if you're the one
I
sending
wouldn't
it,
take it if I was the BTJ owner. Tell you to go fuck yourself. But if you have that deal on the table, smash.
smash that motherfucker like a fantasy whore. I'm gonna steal that because I've been saying that all week. I put after I said it, I can't stop saying it.
Write it down.
Write it down. Uh,
It's our new catchphrase. Don't fucking steal it this time,
uh,
fantasy life.
Joe Egan, I appreciate y'all boys. We appreciate you. Or I'm trying these motherfucking stingies with RBs. Hey man, at this time, when people I say this all the time, when people start losing, that's the sell window. When people start
That's
0 and
jump.
3, 0 and 4, start
Yeah,
setting out some trades.
everybody's stingy till they start losing, and they 1-3, 0-4. Especially in dynasty, you gotta really pay attention to when those guys go in the trade block, because that'll tell you that that team is ready to fucking throw in the towel. If they start putting all their good players on trade block, you want to be the first in line there. Don't let anybody else get in front of you. Go
Yep.
talk to them right away. Hopefully your league's sleeping and you can get deals done before anybody else gets in on that conversation.
Yep. For example, in a $75 league that I'm in, Zach Ertz got sold for Xavier Leggett straight up. After Zach Ertz been having a solid 2025 so far. And Xavier Leggett, one, has been limited this week, so he is banged up, and he hasn't been good. That's a smash for me. So be one of those guys. As soon as Zach Ertz got put on the trade block, that trade got done ASAP. Shout out to Crispy for getting that one done. I was mad as shit when I saw it. You beat me to it. I was doing something at that time, or I would have sent that motherfucker goddamn Rashard Bateman. You feel me?
Rashad Bateman's way better than Xavier Leggett. Sorry. Xavier Leggett, if people didn't draft him with a second round rookie pick, he'd be on waivers everywhere. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
He's terrible.
Kai,
Terrible. Terrible.
Kai certified. He says, "Love it." Starting Fannin over Ertz. Both are good. Oh shit! Lost a mic. Knocked my damn mic off the
Oh
game.
Lord,
Got
you got
hype.
too excited there.
I like both this week. I would probably, yeah, you're right. I'll lean towards Fannin, but Ertz, especially for Mariota, he doesn't have his boy Jaden Daniels in there. We got to see what it is. So I would lean towards Fannin there. From Shroom, are you doing shrooms this wonderful day? Hawk will be good
Hopefully.
without McCarthy. We'll see.
I think
Carson Wentz does love his tight ends. He
I
loves
think
getting
that's
them
what our
going.
guy Addy said, that Wentz will be better for the weapons. So I can co-sign with that at this point in the year.
Dynasty Dogs, our boy Mike. Caleb has a top 8 week against Dallas. I'm not going to fight you against that one. We are banged up on the secondary, and that the fact that not Trevion, Trey Diggs came up hurt towards the end of the week. I read that shit and I was like, we can't catch a break. Goodness, look for Caleb to have a good week. I hear you, man.
Hey, Caleb has impressed me. He's moved all the way up to QB5 in the 2024 class, but he's still not great.
Yeah, like Crispy said, you can't start Herbert. Or you can't sit Herbert. He's playing. He right now. He's the front runner for MVP. You can't sit those guys. I don't care what the week is. You ball. Fuck it, we
He's
ball.
he's my MVP after 2 weeks.
We got your Hingle Inc. Algier, Fannin, or Hawkinson for the second flex. Fannin. That's my pick. Fannin. How about you, Rocco?
Hawk,
Hawk is going
Hawk.
against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I don't care. Hawk,
I'm Fannin right there. It's always going to be Fannin for me.
Hawk.
Dylan. Well, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Ibuka, Sutton, or JMO. Pick one. I'm going Sutton just because of Amika scares me this week with his injury and them telling he's going to be on a pitch count. Not fucking with it. JMO, I guess it really comes to the settings. Is it PPR, non PPR, stand, half PPR? Is it what are the settings? But I lean towards Sutton here just because I've said this multiple times. JMO is the modern Deshaun Jackson. He doesn't need catches, plenty of catches to be effective. It just doesn't jive well for PPR.
I, I think he's very game flow dependent, and I'm gonna kind of pivot off of something I said earlier because I was half awake. But Jambo's playing. I mean, the Lions are playing Baltimore, so I feel like the Detroit Lions will have to score points. I feel like this could be a sneaky shootout. I think it has a 50 point over under. So this definitely it looks like one of the shootouts of the week, and I think JMO can thrive in that type of situation. So I think he gets a long touchdown and he outscores the other two this week.
Cat in the Hat 69.
Giggity.
What made you choose those numbers, my brother? But Hollywood could have a really big game with Chiefs playing Giants and probably wanting to make a statement, or he won't do shit. That's the one. Let's just throw that out there. You know, or he might just give you 5 points. You feel me? Jamie's in the house. Sup, my G. Good morning to you. We have Sheldo. Good morning, fellas. Good morning, right back to you. Should I go J.K. Dobbins, Ricky Pearsall, or
Pearson.
Tom Booty in flex
Bodie.
PPR? And should I go Drake May or Justin Herbert? I like J.K., but the Chargers' run game is tough as it is. And if the quarterbacks, Justin Herbert, for the rest of the guys, uh, yeah. I didn't catch the 49ers last week when it came to Mac Jones. I know Jawan Jennings had and they were playing the Saints, so that's I don't want to put too much into that. But I didn't see how Mac Jones was targeting Ricky Pearsall. And Rocco was actually at the game, so he can speak a little bit more towards that part. I'll let Rocco take a
Yeah,
minute.
he had some nice catches. I think it'll kind of be a back and forth between him and Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings had the long touchdown, which kind of propped up his day, but I feel like Pearsall has the look of a number one, so I would probably go Pearsall here. Um, but either, but it's all three are good options, but I think I would go Pearsall if I needed a little bit more upside.
And I've been
And it's always Herbs. I mean, we went over this earlier. Herbs is the MVP. Start Herbs.
and I've been a hater of Ricky Pearsall. When we did our episode with Chev, where we were talking about the guys that we think are going to ball, we were talking about Ricky Pearsall. I was like, if you saw my face, it was kind of crazy. But I would lean towards Ricky Pearsall here as they are still dealing with wide receiver injuries. Now, when Brandon Ayuk comes back, all that might change, but we'll have to see on that one. Jamie, I have a league where I can flex a kicker. You can flex a kicker? I didn't. What? Okay. Who do I start? Dicker Little Boot. Okay, little what?
Booty.
Are these
Not
real
booty.
names? Dicker Little Booty. What?
I
What?
think he just stuck that little in between booty and
Okay,
dicker.
thank you. You played me on that one. You got me home here embarrassed myself on goddamn singing that
he's trying,
goddamn phrase. Dicker
he's
Little
trying to
Booty.
make you look bad.
Jamie, I'm gonna get on your ass, boy. I tell you, I'll probably go.
Hey,
I'm not going.
hey,
Yeah, I'm
if
gonna
you
let Rock.
gotta make if you gotta make a choice, just grab dicker.
Uh, yeah, yeah, bro. That whole sentence is fucking me up right now. Oh God, bro, you're hilarious. That was a good one. Smurf. Hey y'all. Good morning to you. Some flex help. PPR pick one. Hollywood versus Giants. Worthy out. Cup versus the Saints. JSN might play through illness. Hampton versus Broncos, and then Diggs versus Pitt. I probably like Cup is going in. Cup is going against the Saints, so I probably lean towards Cup there. He actually did look solid the previous week. Amarion Hampton, the Broncos defense is solid. I just his overall usage where we thought he was going to be a bell cow, get 20 no carries a game. It just hasn't looked like that. So I'll lean towards Cup there, and then also have Diggs versus Pitts. Yeah, I'm going Cup. What about you, Rocco?
um, for me, it's either Hollywood or Cup. I'm gonna hold off on Hampton. It just hasn't looked good so far, and I feel like Najee's gonna get more carries. It's been trending that way.
Mhm.
He's a better running back at this point. Um, he's got a better three down skill set, and just a better runner at this point. So I'm gonna sit Hamp, and I think another question about washed. Guys become washed and then they're not washed, but I think I'll go Cup against my Saints. I think I don't like our I don't like our slot corners, and if he plays in the slot, I don't like our ability to slow him down.
Good morning from KJ Frederick. Good morning to you, my G. Better QB start: Bo Nix, Chargers defense, or Sam Darnold versus the Saints. Actually, I saw on, and also a great account to follow on Twitter, Fantasy FF Data or Fantasy Football Data, really great account. He actually has Bo Nix as his bust play of the week. Um, Saints defense isn't that good. I probably go Sam Darnold, Dick Hammer there. What about you, Rocco?
You out your goddamn mind. Never Dick Hammer over Bo Nix.
Hammer.
Bo Nix. The Chargers have a good defense, but I mean, they're not the fucking Raiders. So it's always Bo Nix over the Dick Hammer. I would be more worried about the Saints stopping the run game for the Seahawks than Sam Darnold going fucking ham. So give me Bo Nix. I think they'll have to lean on Bo Nix at a certain point because of the Chargers really good run defense. So give me Nix. It's always Nix. That Sam Darnold should stay on the bench unless truly desperate.
I need to get jiggy with that one actually, because if the game plan, if they want, if the game plan, I feel like, and we saw it last week where a lot of people were out on KW3, Kenneth Walker the third, after week one, which was probably an amazing time to go buy him because everyone's like, "Oh, Zach Charbonnet is taking over. He's going to be the new RB1. I don't feel good about KW3." Then KW3 came out week two and whooped my ass.
Yeah,
So
I would buy KW3, but I'm already at like 45%, so I can only be so overweight on him.
So I'll change my answer. I do like Bo Nix here. Tro Franklin too. I feel like they've been going. Sutton's still there. Evan Ingram is out. So I'm sorry, guys. I know he was one of our. We apologize. He was one of our guys, but we're like, yo, he should be taken off this year. Bro hasn't done shit. Okay, so we
Hey, I
apologize.
think this is a very intriguing question right here.
Oh yeah, throw it up. Hold on before we. Our boy Jamie said the girl. This girl wants me to trade a single quarterback. Oh, you still play single? I know we're a dying breed. Penix is hurt. My Penix hurts for her neighbors and booty. Hey now, what booty you selling though? You know what I'm saying?
My Penix hurts for her neighbor's booty.
You know what I'm saying? Which one she selling? You feel me? Take both of them motherfuckers. Yeah, you will. No, no. It's in one QB. Once again, quarterbacks have less value unless they're a running quarterback, and even then, yeah, man, I'm always going in those positions.
I don't think that was a serious question.
Uh, a master, I feel like this is your new your first time tuning into the show, so thank you and like, share, subscribe. You're always welcome. Good morning to you. Yo, should I sit Amika Ibuka for Olave or Ridley? I already have Juwan in, so I don't. If I want to, I don't want to have two Saints. Well, I think we want to have to lean that direction, my G, because of Amika with his hand, with him being injured, with his groin and hip, he might not get the full workload that we want. So at the same time, eh, I'm okay with it, big dog. And then the last question of the episode. Once again, thank you for everybody for tuning in. This one was absolutely great. Appreciate all the start sit questions that came in. We're doing this every week. Well, Rocco does have. He is up until Rocco does have to help out with the Superdome. Is it still called the Superdome?
Oh yeah,
Okay, so I have to help.
it's the Caesars Superdome, not the Mercedes Benz Superdome, which is kind of weird because for years the Falcons also copied us and had their
Mercedes.
place, called the Mercedes Dome or whatever they called it, but they were also sponsored by Mercedes Benz. But now we're the Caesars Superdome.
So Rocco will be helping out there. So we probably will go a little bit earlier, regular than our 9 o'clock time, maybe 8:30, 8:30 Eastern time.
Wipe the boogers out your eyes and come jump in.
Come jump in.
Y'all
So
ain't gotta be on camera. Y'all just need to chat with us.
last question of the episode: Jordan Mason or T Mac in flex? Thank you for saying T Mac and not Tet. New to the show, love the vibes, fellas. Appreciate you. Well, that's a hard one, just because both are going to get a workload. As the head coach for the Vikings said, they think of Jordan Melson can have a bell cow type role going forward, and then T Mac, he is going against a Atlanta Falcons defense that doesn't have AJ Terrell. Hmm. If we're talking about workload, because I'll probably go Jordan Mason just because of I like the offense a little bit better. I think that, well, not even a little bit. The offense is better for Minnesota, and I like their offensive minded coach. So I lean towards Jordan Mason here, but it's very close. It's very close. T Mac can have a nice week. He had 100 yards last week, but Jordan Mason is going to get touches here for sure. What about you, Rocco?
Uh, generally, I would probably side with T Mac because he's a better player, but he's also on a worse team. Generally in a worse matchup. And I mean, the Vikings really don't have much else to lean on at this point without Aaron Jones. So I think I'm gonna go with Jordan Mason. But both are good options. If you got a wide receiver you can switch out for T Mac, I would try to get him in there. But sounds like you got really good options all the way around. So I think I'll go Jordan Mason here.
Yeah, man. And that is our episode, actually episode 76, season 2. If y'all didn't know, since we had a lot of newcomers here, we've been doing this since basically the beginning or end of October, early November of 2024. We've been at it every day, not even every day, but we're dropping content, trying to stay consistent, bringing y'all the vibes. This is my when we first thought about this idea and just to get to where we are now, appreciate everybody that's tuning in to Fourth and Fantasy. This is our new segment, The Morning Rush, for all the newcomers. We just started last week, and we're going to be doing this for the rest of the season. So, if you liked what you saw, if you liked what you heard, if you love the vibes, share, like, and subscribe. We're here to stay.
Yeah.
And just remember, we are on Twitter, so go follow us on there. We are on TikTok. Shout out to everyone who has followed us on TikTok as of late. We are looking at 320, we're at 320 plus followers so far. We're on Blue Sky. So thank you all for tuning in. Remember, this episode is also brought to you by Fast Draft, the fastest best ball platform out there where they're trying to put cash money in your pocket. And if you use our promo code fourth or fourth, they will double your first deposit up to $50. I repeat, either one of these codes, they will double your first deposit up to $50. Rocco, do you have anything for the viewers before we get up out of here and set our lineups, baby?
Oh yeah, yeah. Real quick, man. Join our completely free Discord. It's free to join, and it's linked in the description of this here podcast. We really, if you like the content you got here, you have access to us and our opinion on a variety of issues. Start sit,
Trades.
dynasty trades, roster reviews. Man, we got a really good group of dynasty sickos in there that also help in when we're not available. So you'll always be able to start a conversation in there any time of day. But we are a fantasy football podcast for dynasty sickos by dynasty sickos. But everybody is welcome to join us at the Breakfast Rush.
And with your fantasy playbook to more championship wins, let's get some W's this week. Let's stack them up. And if you catch the L, shit, we all gonna catch an L. So fuck it. So let's go get it. Shout out to everyone that tuned in today. We hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Stay safe. Go relax. Kick your feet up, and go drink a beer. Have some and go watch some football, baby. Till next time. I'm Hancho, and this is my guy.
Siriaco, call me Rocco.